Hey, but what's up? Ultramag64 here, and today, guys, it is time for yet another fantastic episode of the My Little Pony game from Gameloft. Now, last time we left off, there was not a bug on my screen that I just blew off. But last time we left off, I decided to buy some stuff, and overall didn't do much. I'm sensing a pattern here with these recent episodes. But it's okay, it's all good, because I've got a plan today. It's a small plan. It's not anything big. But it's a plan nonetheless, and we'll roll with it. We will roll with it right on the way to the bank. Okay. Yeah, I'm checking for derps, because I don't see Derpy. Alright, yeah, Derpy's not anywhere. Cool. Alright, grab some balloon poppins. Also, sorry guys for the horribly out of sync audio. Audio is not my strong suit apparently. But no, in all seriousness, I am deeply sorry for that. Like I said, things have just been a little bit busy for me, and normally what I do is I normally check the audio fairly well, and you normally don't hear any problems. There's no audio delay whatsoever. But I was running late the day I edited it, and I checked it, like, partially through the game, and apparently something went wrong, and, yeah, the audio desynced somewhere, so I'm sorry for that. That's my bad. I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, things have just been really hectic for me, lately, and I've just not had the time to, put in my normal amount of quality that I normally do, which is bad. I need to not get in that habit, because that's a bad right there. Alright, what was I doing? I was buying the observatory! That was what I was doing. See, that's the plan. That's the plan right there. Observatory, buy. Okay, now where do we want to put you? Where do I want to put you? I want to put you somewhere. Let's move you over. Yeah, that'll work. Wait, hang on. Let's see. I kind of wanted to make, like, a little bit of a thing here. Well, we can move you in. We can always move you. Alright, cool. So now we've got that done. We got 15 gems left over. Oh yeah, look at that awesome plan, and there's some cadence. Okay. Because I want to make a path, like, right around here, make little circles all around the whole place. So, I gotta figure that out. I'll get it done. I just have to... Here, let me actually... Can I sell you? Hang on. Is the quest that I needed that for done? I think it is. Yeah, buy a fountain. Don't need a fountain. Collect peach. Okay, we're working on that now. So, you can bite me. Okay, don't need to worry about him right now. Unless he's on sale for 15 gems, in which case, yeah, we can worry about him right now. Alright, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, cool. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. So it's out of our collective hair. We really should get ourselves looked at since we have collective hair. That's gross. Okay. Alright, so now... Ooh, neon lights. Alright, let's see if maybe someone's on sale. I doubt it, highly. Oh, wait. No, this is Canterlot. What the heck's Noteworthy was a... I don't think Noteworthy's supposed to be here. I think you're wrong, good sir. Yeah, there he is, 40 gems. And she's 18. Which we don't have enough for. We did at one point, but now we don't. Because we bought the other things. Which, fine. That's fine. We will get all the ponies eventually, maybe. Probably not. Gonna be honest. I somehow doubt it. But hey, if we do, then yay us. I'm gonna do my hardest. That Celestia is kind of putting a damper on my plans here. That and every other pony that, you know, costs a billion gems. Alright, so, I have a topic to talk about. I know none of you care about it. I imagine, like, 0.5% of you actually care about this. But darn it all, I care about it, and darn it all, this is my Let's Play channel, well, okay, it's our Let's Play channel, but it's my video, and darn it all, it's my time to have me time, okay? It's my turn to have something nice to talk about for once. So, recently, actually, today, E3's been going on, and, yeah, I've watched all the press conferences, because by now, all the press conferences have gone up. And no, I'm not recording this ahead of time, actually. I'm recording it the Tuesday night, so, yeah, I've seen basically everything. In fact, I've done a video about the Shantae Half Genie Hero demo that's exclusive for E3 and Kickstarter backers, which you can check out with a card. But anyway, so here's the thing. We start off with Bethesda. I love it. They started off with what did they start off with? Oh darn it! What's that? Doom. They started off with Doom, which personally I've never been a Doom guy. Now, granted, I never played the originals, back in the heyday. I never did that. I'd be open to trying them. Like if they redid them all nice and pretty for the new gen consoles, I'd be like, ah, cool. I guess I'll try it. Or something like that. That'd be cool. I'd definitely try it. I'm gonna try and do the Cliff Notes version of each of these, press conferences. Because, you know, we've only got 13 minutes. So, anyway. Long story short, Bethesda. I almost said, wait a minute, I wasn't talking about Bethesda, because I'm thinking ahead. But, yeah, Bethesda, overall, I loved it because, Fallout. Oh my gosh, they talked about Fallout so much. And actually, they were one of the few, companies that showed actual gameplay in their press conference. Now, there's nothing wrong with, not showing gameplay, but I prefer gameplay over, scripted trailers. Because at least then I get a chance to see, this is what I'm getting into. Cool. Now, granted, I don't have a E3 press badge or anything like that, so I don't get to go to E3 and see all the on-floor demos and all that, which would be awesome, but, I don't get that, because A, I don't have that kind of money, and B, I don't have that kind of support, so, yeah. I mean, I'd love to, don't get me wrong. It'd be a dream come true. But it's not happening yet, so. Anyway. They announced Fallout 4's Collector's Edition, which I then preemptively pre-ordered. Twice. Okay, once. I pre-ordered it for the PC. I know what you're thinking. You're crazy, Magnus. Yes, I am. But I don't care. Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Magnus, your computer is a piece of garbage. You're right. So, yeah. Don't care. Buying it anyway for PC. Because guess what? Hour after I pre-ordered, PC copies were gone. So I was like, oh, I'm glad I got it. And then I plan on buying it, again, digital for X1. Because guess what? They announced flipping over to, I guess, Microsoft. We're going to go sporadically, probably not in order here. But flipping over to Microsoft, they announced that mods would be coming to Fallout 4 for Xbox One. And that's awesome. Because the reason I got it for PC was like, oh, cool, I'll get one for mods and one for vanilla. Now it's all just royally messed up. Because now I'm like, well, I still kind of want to get it for the one, so I might as well. I mean, why not? And then they added the cherry on top, which is when you buy it on the Xbox One, you get Fallout 3 for free. That's awesome. And you might ask yourself, well, wait a minute, Magnus, the Xbox One can't play 360 games, and if my memory serves, which it usually does, Magnus, yours doesn't, because yours is a piece of garbage, but if my memory does serve, Xbox 360 games can't be played on the Xbox One now, can they? Well, that's where you're right, except for the fact that Microsoft also announced that, select Xbox 360 games would be backwards compatible. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means you put your 360 disc into your little Xbox One, and it'll read the disc, then it'll download the entire game onto your Xbox One hard drive, and basically you just have to keep the disc in there for DRM purposes, because, you know, you don't want to steal a bunch of games from GameStop and then decide to, hey, I'm going to download all these games and return them all. So, yeah, I understand that. Probably, if I was going to do anything, I'd buy everything digitally so I don't have to worry about that nonsense. But, you know, for those of you who had disc-based games, cool. I never owned a 360, so, again, I kind of end up on top. Which is nice. What else did they announce? I'm trying to think. It's overwhelming, like, the amount of knowledge that's bursting from my brain right now. Rare Collection. The, Rare, if you guys don't know who those guys are, they're the ones who do, Banjo-Kazooie, well, okay, they're not the original team, but they're the company that did Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Perfect Dark, 007 on the N64, all those games. They did a couple others, but, those are the ones that, off the top of my head, I can remember. So they announced that they were going to do 30 games in one thing, like spanning all their lineage, well, most of it, because some of them were licensed things, like 007, for instance. You're not going to see 007, because it was a licensed thing for James Bond, and whatever. Also probably won't see Donkey Kong 64, because, you know, Nintendo owns that junk. You don't want to mess with that, do you? No, you don't. So anyway, yeah, that was awesome. I personally am going to buy it because, A, I never got to play Conker's Bad Fur Day when I was a kid, because, you know, it was M-rated back then, and back then, you know, M-rating was a little different, I'll admit. Probably not as bad, like, not nearly as probably bad looking back as it is now, because, you know, it's not Grand Theft Auto 5 bad, but at the time it probably seemed like it. Anyway. But I'm getting it for Conker, and I'm also getting it for Banjo-Kazooie. Now, hopefully, from what I've seen of screenshots on the Xbox One itself, it appears that they're the N64 versions, but I don't know. They might just be like, no, we're going to put the remade versions on there, which, I just want the N64 versions, to be honest, because that's the ones I grew up with. But, you know, I can understand if they can't do that. But let me think, what else is there? There were a bunch of indie games announced for the X1. Also, early access is a thing on X1. I am cautiously optimistic about it. A bunch of my bros brought up that, you know, it's not like Steam early access, because that's what I'm afraid is going to turn into. The horribleness that is the Steam early access. Because, let's be honest, there are gems out there, like, Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon's one that I can think off the top of my head, and that was really hard to think of. Darkest Dungeon's one. There are a bunch of others that are very good early access games, but majority of them are not very good indie games, and sometimes they're even games that never get finished. And that's what I'm afraid that Xbox One's early access program is going to turn into. I'm hoping it's not. I'm going to try and be optimistic as possible, but the fear is still there that it's just going to become this horrible, like the indie section for Xbox Live was, kind of, where it was like, there's a bunch of Minecraft clones everywhere, and other horrible games that are bug-ridden and just bleh. So, fingers crossed on that one. What else was there? Oh yeah, Xbox, or Microsoft also announced a new controller, the Xbox Elite controller, where it's customizable and all that. And, guess what? The price is, $130. I don't know about you, but Magnus ain't paying $130 for a new controller. I was mildly interested at first. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe if I have, like, you know, a few extra dollars extra, I'll buy it. I mean, I get it. That's probably how much it costs. Like, that's legitimate. Like, yeah, if you wanted a third party to make it, that's how much it would cost. So, I can understand it. I don't know, personally, because I'm not in that market. But for me, it's just like, well, I've got a perfectly functioning controller over there, and I really don't care to customize that much, so I think I'll just stick with what I got. Now, don't get me wrong, I think that for those who do want that kind of experience, fine, go for it, but I'm not going to stop you. Just, for me, it's just like, I really don't need it. Let me think, what else is there? Sony, The Last Guardian. They open up with The Last Guardian. Let's see, how long has it been since that game came out, or was announced? 2009, I think? That's awesome. That was awesome. That was a great treat. I was like, holy cow, that's The Last Guardian. Now, they didn't give a specific release date. They said 2016 was the release date. Okay, that they'll build me up, then I was like, oh, crash down. Because until I get a solid release date, I'm not going to get my hopes up. Because then it might just get delayed again. And then I'll just be like, oh, it's just an update. Okay. We'll wait more, I guess. Go back to, you know, not expecting it to come out ever. And then they showed a... Here's the thing, I can't remember a lot about the conferences because there's just so much. There was way a lot that I just am like, oh my gosh, information overload. They showed a lot of indie games. I personally use my PlayStation 4 as my indie box because reasons. So I like the indie games. I love me the indie games, especially the ones on the PS4. Shenmue 3 also got on Kickstarter. Like, well, okay. Why is it on your... What? Why, guys? I mean, I don't know. It could be console exclusive for PS4. I haven't looked into that one as much. It's probably funded by now, to be honest. It's probably already gone and funded and good. But I haven't looked into that. I imagine if it is console exclusive to PS4, it's also coming to PC. So it's like, cool. You know, I've never gotten into the Shenmue series. This might be an excellent time for me to do that. And it might be good for other people, too. From what I understand, it's a really cool game. Let me see, what else was there? Oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, there's been a bit of a confusion going on about if it's a remake or if it's the HD version that the PC got. As far as my knowledge is, and granted, I'm not, that knowledgeable, but as far as my knowledge goes, it's a remake. What the heck is going on? It's a remake. So what that means is it's getting like all new graphics, all new stuff. Like it's not going to look like the PS1 version. It's going to be completely new. That's my understanding. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. It's a little confusing since they are releasing apparently the PC port that they did for the PS4. Which is like, okay, aren't you guys kind of eating your own market there? Because if you do that, then it's like, oh, well, I could buy this PC port. Nah, I think I'll just wait for the remake. What else did they do? Oh yeah, going back to Xbox, sorry, scatterbrain there. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was cool. Again, I don't know, like, here's the thing, I'd probably want to wait for it for the PS4 because I started it on, the Sony consoles, and that's kind of where I want to keep that series. I don't know why. Like, I don't have any reason to. I'm just like, I just kind of want to keep it there on my PlayStation consoles for reasons. I guess nostalgia or bitter like, no, I don't want change. Who knows? Who knows? I forgot to get Applejack. What else did they announce? Going to... Oh gosh, all the noises. Going back to Sony there, let's see. That was kind of it. I mean, they talked a little bit about a few other games. They showed No Man's Sky off again, which that game is so ambitious, but I don't know. I'm hoping that they can pull it off, but I don't know. Personally, I'm like, you know, I wish the best for you guys, but you guys do realize what you're getting into, right? And it seems like they do, but, you know, we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out. I'm hoping positive. And then today we had Nintendo. Awesome. Really, Nintendo's... Well, there was also Ubisoft and EA, but the only thing from EA I really cared about was Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge, open world, no guns. Cool. I like it. I never used guns anyway, I just ran a lot. And I love Mirror's Edge, so... Awesome. And then Ubi... Let me see, what all did Ubi have? Rainbow Six Siege, new Assassin's Creed, which, personally, I've got a love-hate relationship with Assassin's Creed, and I know one of my buds is going to be like, you, because he loves Assassin's Creed. And I can understand that. I think it's got a interesting storyline, and the games are unique, but I'm getting kind of burned out on them. I'm going to be honest. Like, a yearly franchise to me it gets old after a while. Unless they keep innovating. And on some titles they do. Like, Black Flag. Black Flag, you were a pirate. And it was awesome. Pirate. But, like, Unity, for instance, didn't tickle my funny button. I was like, okay, cool. I like the multiplayer. It's cool. A little buggy, but I can tough through it. But it just didn't grab me like 4 did. Personally. But, what else did they announce? Just Dance, which, no. That's pretty much all I can think of off the top of my head for Ubi. But anyway, back to Nintendo. Nintendo announced some cool stuff. Now, granted, Nintendo announced stuff that we'd already either was leaked or we already knew about. There were a few surprises here and there, but most of it was like, okay, yeah, I already know about this. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. One of the things that they showed was Star Fox Zero, which, awesome. Awesome, that was cool. I like, personally, I have, again, I have the same love-hate relationship with Star Fox. I like the concept, I think it's cool, but, like, I just guess I don't get it, because I would love to be able to control where I go. It's an on-the-rails kind of shooter, so you don't really get to control all that where you go, but at the same time you do, because there's branching paths, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I just want to, just let me shoot things. But I do like Star Fox, and I probably will get it. Hyrule Warriors got announced for 3DS, which, Hyrule Warriors, you're going to devour my life now. Because I missed it on the Wii U. I planned to pick it up, and I haven't yet. And now I'm just like, well, I might as well wait for the 3DS version, because it's going to have all the DLC, plus Tetra and the King of Red Lions, so those are kind of my favorite characters, along with Midna and all the others, so guess I'm waiting. And plus it's portable that way, and I personally feel like I probably am going to play it more on the portable anyway. They also announced an interesting little deal going on. If you own a Wii U, you can download a couple of demos. Well, it's not more like a bunch of demos from different indie developers. And what that'll give you is when you play the demo and you keep it on your Wii U, when the game releases, you get a 15% discount. I think that's awesome. I think that really entices developers to put more demos out, and which then entices people to try them, and then they're like, okay, cool, I actually like this game and I want to buy it, especially for that 15% discount. That's awesome. Now, the cynic in me and the jerk in me inside me wants to be like, yeah, you know why they're doing that? Because nobody wants to develop on the Wii U. But I'm going to keep that little voice inside my head to not say that. because I do love my Wii U. My Wii U's pretty awesome, aren't you, bud? I see you over there humming away. You probably can hear it in the background. Like I said, it's downloading stuff. And yeah, we're going way over, but whatever. It's me time. It's me time, darn it. It's like Hammer Time, except more about me. Anyway, what else did they announce? They announced Legend of Zelda. I can't remember the name of the title. It's Triforce something. I don't know. But basically, it's Legend of Zelda 4 Swords, but with 3 players, and it's got a heavier emphasis on co-op, and it's also got a heavier emphasis on costumes, which cool. I'm cool with this. Me and my buds are gonna play it and probably enjoy it a whole lot. Yokai Watch also got announced for the West, which that's been out forever in Japan. It blew up in Japan like exponentially. Like I was like, holy cow, this is going gangbusters. I was surprised it took them this long to get it over here to the West. Personally, I'm like, okay, cool. It's a Pokemon style game, so I imagine Pokemon players will love it. Personally, I'm just like, I kind of only want Pokemon, because I'm just like, there's only so much Pokemon I can take. Like, I'm playing Puzzles and Dragons Z right now, and that's kind of filling that Pokemon desire that I have. Granted, it's also filling the puzzle desire I have, but yeah, it's filling that need, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm good that there's not a Pokemon game coming out right now, as far as we know. I'm fine with that, because I've got this, and that's just fine. What else was announced? A new Metroid game, which looks similar to Prime Hunters, or something. I only saw like a brief second of it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I thought it was actually Metroid meets Monster Hunter, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I don't know what it is exactly. Then they announced Animal Crossing Amiibo Parade or something. Amiibo Mario Party, basically, for Animal Crossing. Personally, not my style of game. I would have preferred them to release a real Animal Crossing game. But, you know, whatever. They also announced a few Amiibos, which I know I'm never going to get. I want the Isabelle one, and I want the KK Slider. That's the only ones I want. I don't care about the others. I just want my KK Slider, and I just want my Isabelle, because I love my Isabelle. And I love KK Slider, because he's Tanaka. What else is there? And if you don't know who Tanaka is, Google. What else was there? Oh yeah, speaking of Animal Crossing, they also announced the date for Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, which I call Animal Crossing House Arrest, because that's all you do. You decorate houses and stuff, but apparently you can also decorate the outside of the house, which is cool. Yeah, I just... Here's the thing, I like the movement style and stuff that the Happy Home Designer implemented. Like, it lets you move everything on a grid now, instead of just randomly placing stuff. Because that was my one problem with New Leaf, was that when you wanted to make something and decorate your town, you had to walk around and be like, okay, I want it here. And she was like, and Isabelle would be like, okay, here? No, I want it here. Here? No, right here. Oh, right here. Yes, right there. Don't move it. And then you'd make paths and stuff, and then villagers would come in and be like, hey, guess what? I'm moving into this fine neighborhood you have here. I'm gonna ruin this path for you. Oh, what's that? You planted some flowers and trees? Ah, my house is gonna blow those away. And I hated that. I hated that. That was my main deterrent for stopping New Leaf, was just like, oh my gosh, guys, you're ruining my town. Get out. Everybody out. Which, hopefully, in the next Animal Crossing, they're like, hey, guess what? You're still the mayor, and you get to decide where everyone lives, you get to decide who moves in, and you get to decide, you know, what goes where. And implement the a similar movement style to that, because while I liked... I always like the movement style inside, like, where you have to push everything, because it feels like, you know, how real life works. Because in real life, you have to push everything around and all that. So I like that, but on the outside levels, like trying to put street lamps up in your town and stuff like that, and decorations, it was just a pain in the butt. But anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. This is 30 minutes long. I think you guys are probably sick and tired of listening to me talk about video games all day, because probably all you want to hear about is ponies. But, yeah. We'll get back to your regularly scheduled pony program next week. This is my time. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm UltraMag64, remember doing those pair sprites, and as always, happy gaming. If you want to check out My Little Pony app, link in the description down below for iOS, Amazon, and Android. But I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye! Oh, before I go. Also, Fallout Shelter. That's a game. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's awesome. I want to play it. As soon as it comes out for Android, I'm let's playing it. Don't care.